the House of Assembly sat and presented on the floor a notice of impeachment. In that notice of impeachment, the case was debated. I was abused. A lot of insinuations were casted upon me, and I was even declared guilty of an offense that was at the point of allegation, contrary to the provisions of the Constitution. I went to the court to seek for justice. An injunction was given to us. A few days later, they went back to the court and vacated that injunction. It was upon then that a letter was written by the Speaker to the Chief Judge requesting him to set up a panel of 7 men for the investigation of gross misconduct by me. After due consultation with my lawyer and looking at all the evidences that were in our possession, we were emboldened to present ourselves before the panel. Notwithstanding certain errors that were in the process of the impeachment. So, and I said, what would I be sitting for impeachment for when the position of the Constitution regarding this matter is very clear? The section 188 said that as soon as when the verdict comes out and no case is proved against the accused, the Assembly has nothing to do anymore. So they went ahead in their kangaroo sitting to say, I have been removed, contrary to the position and the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended. I said, well, I'm not surprised, because this kangaroo thing, in my various interviews before now, I x-rayed them, that we are living almost in a banana republic, where those who are at the helm of affairs rule the people according to their will, not according to the law and the oath of office they have taken. And so I was said to be removed. So while I was at home, they said there is a police vehicle by my gate. I said, what are they doing? They said they are sent to barricade by my gate. I said, why? Said, I've been removed. So nobody was allowed to come in. Nobody was allowed to go out, which means I am under house arrest. And you must have heard the Commissioner of Police who said so, that he did so, because I read online too, when he said, yes, they asked the police to come to my house to protect my house and to avoid looting. Before this time, I didn't even know. They had called my ADC and all the civil defense, the security personnel that were with me, and they withdrew them. So I was laid bare without any protection and at the mercy of those he said he sent, because Whether they are policemen or not, I wouldn't know, but they came with a police van. So I have to lock my door and stay inside. After a while, my light was disconnected. So I asked my personal security man to go and put on the generator. The generator was started, and 10 minutes later, armed men escorted a technician who was wearing hand gloves, rubber hand gloves, and they walked towards the generator, put off the generator, took the battery, and disconnected NEPA and the gen. So I was kept in the dark completely. What a jungle we live in. So I had no light. I had no way to see my way. And without light, how do I even say I will go out when I don't know those who are by the gate? I couldn't do anything. My phones, after a point, also became weak. Because if you are not charging and so many calls are coming in at the same time. So what the intention was to keep me under house arrest where I cannot access outside. Was treated like a common criminal, even as a sitting deputy governor. Now, I know that what they have done is completely illegal. It is a shame and an insult on the people of Kogi State and the entire nation in general. And I think that if our democracy is worth growing, this state, the entire nation must rise to the occasion to ensure that this lawlessness, as it is being done in Kogi State, is stopped at all cost. I remember some years back, at the early hours of our democratic life, the AMPP had a very strong showing in Borno and some part of the north. And they had strong men who they were using in winning election through thuggery. The party then was in love with those people, thinking that they were, enjoying victory. And eventually, these same people have been turned into Boko Haram. And that is exactly the trouble we have currently in this country. When we got the report, in a soft copy too, I sent it to the Commissioner of Police. I sent it to the Director SSS. I sent the report to the Commandant, Civil Defense Corps, and all other persons I deemed necessary that should have this report. And I know they are literate enough to read and understand that I am not found guilty, because in each of the cases that was presented, I was exonerated. I was not found guilty. Their case was not proved against me. So if the law enforcement agents know this, it is not just a verbal information to them. Why would they withdraw my policemen? My office was barricaded as well. So my personal belongings in the office are still there. I cannot access the office. I packed some of my things out yesterday, but some are still there. Some personal electronics, some personal effects are still there. They say, no, I cannot. As I'm seated, I don't have a single car here with me with which to do anything, except if I have to trek to the town or walk. If I'm going to Abuja, I begin to walk. I don't have any car. All of them are locked inside government house. I'm crying out to the nation to please join me in this battle to bring down lawlessness and institute a lawful society.